we'd like to tell you about the entire Los Angeles Regional 5-county all-day 4th of July live televised celebration.
We just call it LA Regional 4th for short.
Trying to bring spirit to the whole day.
And they can only wear that outfit on days when banks are closed.
LA Regional 4th starts the day with live coverage of the Will Rogers 5 and 10K run.
He's going up the Eastgate switchbacks.
They're yelling left, left, and I couldn't see where the left turn was and I almost cut it short.
So I'm in heaven right now, back in my home turf.
To what do you credit your win today in the 10K of Will Rogers?
Beautiful weather, good fans, good course.
The backyard reports come to us from celebrations all across the area, from Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, Ventura, and Los Angeles County.
It's family. It's family.
Get to be yourself and you can do your own thing.
It's always nice to have my whole family and neighborhood come together, and it's nice. I feel special.
Then the largest parade event in Los Angeles County, the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade, 66th annual this year. Wells Fargo Bank presents its symbol of legendary service, the stagecoach. Join Ed Asner, the Grand Marshal of the Pacific Palisades Parade for 2013, as the parade celebrates its 66th year.
We don't stop laughing because we grow old because we stop laughing.
Our day-long 4th of July celebration wraps up with firecrackers. The Firecracker Film Festival celebrates independent films and themes of America.
Ben, it's starting to rain. Why don't you go fly a kite?
Oh, yes, I will. Goodbye.
So now you know the LA Regional 4th is a day-long 10-hour telecast in 4 parts, seen everywhere across Los Angeles in all 5 counties for the past 9 years. Watch on KVMD Channel 23, DirecTV and Dish Network Channel 31, AT&T UVerse and Verizon Fios Channel 23, and on all cable systems. Visit laregional4th.com and click on Find My Channel to find my channel. Also, laregional4th.com is on Facebook, so give us a like because we really appreciate that stuff. In fact, here's a little bit more music to listen to while you're doing that like thing. See you on the 4th.
10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. I'm Tim Greenwood. Kasia Grigorchek will be joining us from the pre-parade zone here at the desk in just a moment. I want you to know that we are live at Sunset Boulevard and Monument, and according to the fine folks at laregional4th.com, you can watch us on all kinds of channels around Los Angeles. Time Warner, and of course all of the cable systems have us. If you hit laregional4th.com, what you'll find is a button that says Find My Channel, and when you hit it you can find my channel. It's really, really pretty handy. Now, in addition to that, we're on DirecTV and Dish Network, and also AT&T UVerse and Verizon Fios. It's really a handy system. This is our 9th year of the telecast, our 2nd year in Pacific Palisades, and it is a big, crazy day for sure. Largest crowd ever, largest parade ever, biggest broadcast ever, and we want to thank the folks of PSSI Global who have brought us many, many technicians, specialty satellites, and good folks to bring these beautiful high-definition pictures to you today in the largest 4th of July extravaganza program west of the Mississippi. How about that? This is a 10-hour day, you know. We started with the Will Rogers 5 and 10K run this morning at 7 in the morning, went through all the way to noon, and then backyard reports from all 5 counties around Los Angeles took over for another hour. Now, that hour, of course, includes things from Riverside and San Bernardino County, Orange County, Ventura County, and Los Angeles. And then at 1, it was the pre-parade hour, including Ed Asner and John Cobelt of John and Ken over at KFI. He stopped to talk to us too. Now, in just a few moments, we hear the airplanes circling. They're looking for the best wind and the best opportunity. And when they do, something important is going to happen. They are going to drop parachute jumpers in Sunset Boulevard, as they have for dozens of years here. And Kerry Peck, Gregory Peck's son, is going to lead the award-winning group of parachute jumpers. It's very exciting. It's all going to happen right here on Sunset Boulevard, live in Los Angeles at Pacific Palisades. It is the biggest, craziest, largest live independent show you've ever met, and boy, we have fun. Absolutely. So, and here comes Kasia Grigorczyk. Hi, Kasia. She's going to be putting on her headset so we can hear her and those little goodies in just a moment. And while she's doing that, I want you to understand that we have many fantastic sponsors that we need to thank, including Archer Weiss Insurance. Now, what Archer Weiss Insurance have done is they have sponsored the Firecracker Film Festival at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So not only do we normally wrap up the 4th of July with fireworks, but we happen to be wrapping up today with the 4th of July with a Firecracker Film Festival. Rob, pardon me, please. What do you have? Of course. Now, the parade route starts on, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I just had a little hike back here from the parade starting line, so I'm ready to go. Ready to see the floats. So
the floats and the parade entries, the convertibles, did you see the Auburn?
I saw everything, I think.
The big, swoopy, beautiful old car. It's great. That's where the Papa People ride. Now, the Papa People, Palisades Americanism Parade Association. It's not just any 4th of July parade. It is the Americanism Parade, the most American of the American parade.
I saw so much Americanism, it wasn't even funny. There was flags, red, white, and blue, everything, clowns, everything I could have ever imagined. So that was quite the interesting experience, for sure.
And that's just when they're standing around practicing clowning. Yes. They'll be clowning on the move here in just a moment. Very cool. Now, they're going to come straight up and then turn on Sunset Boulevard and come east down Sunset Boulevard. This is such a phenomenal thing, and it couldn't happen without the sheer dedication and the cooperation of Los Angeles and Pacific Palisades and the Palisades Americanism Parade Association. So many people work together to pull this off, and there's even a whole circle of people holding hands over here just to make sure that we have a broadcast, and it is so very much appreciated. Everybody is doing it because you can do it in this country.
Absolutely. Today has been awesome. The sense of community out here and everything, it's just so great to be a part of it. I'm so happy to be here.
Fantastic. Kasia Grigorczyk has been with us, well, you were with us this morning, and then over at the run.
Yes, at the corner of, what was it?
Papas Ricas and
Papas
Toyopa.
Ricas. I couldn't get that one. Papas
It always
Ricas.
sounds like another language.
Yes, and
Papas
Toyopa.
Ricas and Toyopa.
Which was
and
kind
good
of
afternoon to you too, you know.
Yeah, it was kind of like a interesting spot for the runners. They had just come up kind of an incline, so we saw some people really jetting ahead of the pack. I saw the first person who won the race come through, and then of course everyone else after that, so it's really, really interesting.
Very fun indeed. And then after that, of course, we have the run, we have the backyard reports, and I saw you go shopping.
I did kind of go shopping. Yeah, there was just, I couldn't help myself, you know?
You know, you
so
visit
many
this
deals.
lady for a pre-production meeting, she takes me shopping.
Yeah.
But it was a wonderful place. It's called Santa Fe Outlets and Santa Fe Seconds. Fantastic independent discount store. I found some things I like, but don't tell her because I'm not really shopping. Oh, hi, I didn't know you were there.
I'm here, I heard that. I heard that, Tim.
Santa Fe Outlets, Santa Fe Seconds, Archer Weiss, and also we want to thank, yes, that's exactly where I'm headed, Rob, is Joan, our friendly realtor. That's right. Joan Sather is a member of the, well, she's a professional realtor, and she's a member of the Sotheby's Group, and she is our parade sponsor this afternoon. The parade broadcast would not happen without Joan Sather of joansather.com Realty, and I want you to seriously consider paying her a visit when you are shopping for a house in Santa Monica, in Pacific Palisades, in Westwood, in any of the good West Side spots.
Definitely.
She has a fantastic collection and international folks.
Well, I saw a lot of houses I wouldn't mind living in, so I'll maybe have to contact Joan myself.
Very good, very good. Now, we have lots of people around today, and this is that little moment where the anticipation is building. The policemen on their Segways are kind of scooting by. The kids are filling in. The flags are flying.
Bubbles are blowing.
Yeah, we have soap bubbles coming out of the soap bubble machine.
Yes.
And Fused Drinks is on the move. I see Fused Drinks going by.
Right.
And these people are getting ready for the largest 4th of July parade in Los Angeles.
definitely. I had a gentleman tell me about all the others, but this is definitely the largest, so I'm very excited to see what comes our way.
There's if you visit laregional4th.com, there's a flyer that describes exactly what it is that we're doing today. And it says, is it the 4th of July or what? And it says, well, yeah, all day. And that's kind of how my family talks. Is it the 4th? Well, yeah, all day. But it's more than just an oh-duh. It is a big all-day celebration. And that's what we really want everybody to understand, is that this is an all-day, all-country, all Los Angeles celebration. In fact, we have a very special little thing we say. We say LA Regional 4th, and it's run together for the website, LA Regional 4th. And you're supposed to run things together on the web if you don't put funny punctuation. Yes. But I wanted to run them in together because it means we're bringing LA together. Now, if you look up, everybody, we have parachutists. We have parachutists jumping right now, and they're working to get a shot. We have parachute jumping, 3 different parachute jumpers right on schedule, just as planned. This is Carrie Peck and the jumping team. And this is something that does not happen just anywhere. In fact, it's the Carrie Peck skydiving team, sponsored this year by Elise Walker. The team is jumping 3,500 feet overhead. They'll land at the intersection of Sunset and Swarthmore, give or take a little bit. They'll come up to 120 miles an hour before they open their parachutes.
That is insane.
Yeah,
I think I'd be a little bit scared, but I'm really excited to see it.
You got a little room there? Go ahead and open your book.
Yeah, yes, please. I want to see what's going on.
So Carrie Peck and Roger Ponce set the 2012 Pomps Parachutists Over 40 Society world record by successfully completing a 120-way, 120 parachutists jumping in formation. And this is such an amazing thing to contemplate, because that's always in the movies where they have something dangerous, okay? And these guys pulled it off successfully. And I think what matters most is that they respect the dangers, and they still understand them and still work past them. And isn't that kind of what life is about?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, there are people who would say, nah, we don't want to have an all-day 4th of July TV show. And we said, it's going to be a lot of work. 3 things are going to go wrong. 700 are going to go right. Let's do it. And here they come. Look at that beautiful group. We have the shot from Swarthmore looking back. We have us in the corner. Thank you so much to the team in the truck. Mike Davis and Rob Palatina up there at the front row, making sure things look good. And here we come. People getting ready and spotting. You'd think it was Santa Claus coming in, but it's out of season.
Right. Summer Santa Claus coming.
Pops was founded in 1966 in the United States of America and has chapters all over the world. Here they come. It's Carrie Peck and the skydiving team. Here he is. Take a look live in Pacific Palisades, California, 2013 on the LA Regional 4th telecast. You see it here live through Magnolia Street Productions with Kasia Grigorchek and Tim Greenwood. Welcome Carrie Peck from 3,500 feet down to Sunset Boulevard. Shadows coming across the trees and the buildings as he gets very, very close with the flag, headed for Swarthmore and Sunset. That is a beautiful sight, and you are seeing it live. You can hear the crowd. That was amazing, and you saw it.
Incredible.
I mean, when was the last time you were parachuting?
Never. Only in my
exactly.
dreams. Only in my dreams. Yeah.
Only in my dreams.
Yes.
And so here it's live in front of 30,000 people or more, and a few million on TV, and it's on pavement in the middle of a street. These are very skillful people who can walk right up and stop and walk away.
That was, yeah, that looked like it was very graceful for such a fast fall.
It really is amazing. Now, they come down from the parachutes come out of an airplane at about 3,500 feet. Right. They take off from Santa Monica Airport, circle around for the correct time, check the wind and the weather and the direction, calculate the position so that they know exactly where they're coming in, and then something amazing happens. And that is that you see their careful calculation and their dozens and dozens of years of practicing and preparing this. It's huge. And you saw it here live. Now, this isn't just, hey, that's the event, let's go home. This is, can I do that again? There's more to come. That's right. But wait, there's more. Can you do that? She's learning.
I think you did it better. I think you did it better.
Wait, there's more to come. Now, that's just the beginning of the parade, and we've been building up all day to the largest parade in LA County. That's true, because here's what happens. You know how New Year's Eve builds up to the ball drop and the beginning of the year? Well, the 4th of July in Los Angeles at LA Regional 4th builds up to the parachute jump and the parade all the way around, okay? Now, what we did is we moved the camera a little bit, so I need you to rotate a little bit to the left.
Okay. There we are.
Like that, so we can get your smiley face. There you go.
Okay.
Because what we have to do is we're sharing the space here with the sidewalk. So we're over here cozied up against the sidewalk, and then there's a walkway, and then as you'll see on many of the cameras, there's a row of chairs that have been placed there days ago so that people could line up and watch the parade. So we're sharing. That's a very American thing to do. So we're sharing the sidewalk, we're sharing the facility, and it's very, very handy how well so many people, we have bicycles, people walking, got crew members lined up in the shade going, okay, I guess I'm here. I'm waiting for them all to do the hokey pokey, you know, that would be fun. So that's kind of what we got going on. But it's a beautiful day. It warmed up just enough, but there's a little breeze. I think just enough to have the parachutists be able to fly into the breeze was a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what we're going to do now is get ready to go to a couple of commercials for the people who are bringing you the Pacific Palisades 66th Annual Americanism Parade. And I want to specifically mention Joan Sather of joansather.com Realty. She is our primary parade sponsor this afternoon, but we thank all of the sponsors, Santa Fe Seconds and Archer Weiss Insurance and tvpage.com. That's a wonderful service. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Take all your videos, organize them on your website, and then they don't take you back to the hosting company to see everybody else's videos you don't want to see. You stay on your website. It's amazing. To commercial we go. We'll be right back at LA Regional 4th's telecast of the Pacific Palisades Parade.
LARegional4th.com is an amazing place. Check it out.
My name is Mark Weiss, and we hope we can help you today.
My name is Barbara Archer, and we offer health insurance for families, individuals, Medicare, small companies, and we also offer insurance to large companies. In addition to that, we offer property and casualty insurance. Should you want a free quote, you can do so online or feel free to call our 800 number.
Archer Weiss also has and offers complete financial services for your investments and your retirement plans.
Phone Archer Weiss today at 800-831-2901 or visit them on the web.
Hello, I'm John Dade. I'm the founder of the Cigar Night Business Mixer Group here in Orange County. We also have chapters in LA and the Inland Empire. I actually started the group a couple years ago as a way for business professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs to get together and network on a slightly different level. I'd like to invite everybody to our Tuesday night event, which is going to be the second Tuesday of the month at the Grand Havana Room in LA, which is one of the premier cigar lounges, private cigar lounges in North America. We'd love to have you join us. Thank you for watching the LA Regional 4th program.
The Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade broadcast continues live from Swarthmore and Sunset, and now we are a block up at Monument and Sunset. It's very, very beautiful. Now I want to show you something very special. Through the wonder of technology of the PSSI Global Truck, we are going to watch the replay of the parachute drop, okay? And apparently I was talking while I was doing it because I was looking at you instead of my little TV set. But what I want you to understand is that we saw this live. And you don't get to see that live just everywhere. Yeah, please show us again, Rob. Let's take a look. It's over here, Kasha. Look at that. Here he comes. Kerry Peck with the flag at Swarthmore and Sunset live moments ago on the LARegional4th.com telecast. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's just beautiful. And you cannot imagine doing that almost anywhere else. This is a phenomenal pull of will to make things happen here. And also, with all the excitement, I was talking to John Cobelt from KFI Radio
yes,
just a little while ago. It felt like the other day. There's been so much going on. It's about an hour ago. And he mentioned something very important. He said, so much of this you could not do in another country.
Very true.
You couldn't put this many people in one crowd in another country without someone getting nervous. No, they're just all here to celebrate. Hey, we're from the 4th of July. Woo. Okay.
Huge community, sense of community out here, that's for sure.
It's the United States of America. We are here to celebrate it in all of its forms. And that's why at noon, we went ahead and talked to the fine folks at the LA Regional 4th and said, how about reports from all 5 counties, San Bernardino and Riverside and Ventura and Orange and LA County, and say, how do you celebrate the 4th of July? And we had the expert chef doing the backyard cooking and some lovely people doing some shopping.
Right. I think, yeah, they were definitely lovely. Yeah.
Very good stuff all around. I have people cruising by with the dogs and the hats and the goodies, and you know, there's all kinds of stuff around here. We might have some fun, but I have something very special to give to you, Kasia.
Oh, for me?
And that is, yes, you've always been a good egg, and it'll be impossible to get a tight shot of this. But I want you to have a little egg that looks like the Statue of Liberty.
Well, thank you very much.
And that will go with mine that looks like Uncle Sam.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't that fun?
They're very cute.
We have our little egg people, and they kind of bounce.
Oh, yeah, they do, huh?
See? How about that? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It doesn't take much to amuse us, honestly.
No, really. So that's very nice. Thank you very much.
So the parade is going to be starting in just a moment. We're going to kick it off with a brass band the way the 4th of July parade should always be started. I also want to point out something very special. You know how sometimes people say, well, this is the core of the program, or this is the engine of the car, or this is the foundation of the house. Well, I want you to know that at the core of the Pacific Palisades Parade is a company called Pageantry Productions, and they do a great job, and they're the ones who put together this brass band. This is the, oh, look at that, that is the Marine brass band, and they are going to be kicking things off here at the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. That is taken off right from the starting line. Now this will be kind of challenging because they are headed northbound, and in about 2 blocks they're going to turn right and come on down Sunset. So you kind of get a sneak preview of what's happening.
Right.
Instead of deja vu, it's like deja vu all over again.
There he is. There's the man who skydived.
Okay, our handheld microphone has disappeared. Our handheld microphone has disappeared. This will be challenging to get our parachutist on the air. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get the parachutist over here, but I need a microphone. So I have a cord, but no microphone. You guys can work on that. Sunset and Monument is the place to be. Be there or be square. And is this on and up? You tell me. Because in just a moment, we're going to be joined by the parachutist. He went over to visit the people in the bleachers. And the bleachers are right beside us. Now, the bleachers are a very special phenomena because those are right here in front of the Ralph's grocery store. And those are paid seat tickets. Now, 2 things happened with the bleachers for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. One is fantastic seats, fantastic view. But the other thing is the money goes to put on the parade. And so when that happens, something amazing happens. We have a parade that comes back next year and the year after. Yes. Smile.
I'm just excited. I'm ready for the floats to come on by. I saw so many previews of everything. Now I'm just excited to see it all come together.
Why don't you try that on? Is that the right size for you?
That feels about right.
Oh, good. Okay, so that way we are ready. If they're going to come to this side or come to that side, we are ready for anything. We need to flag them over,
yes.
Very good. Okay, we have folks doing that, and that's happening right now. What I also want to mention is that in addition to Archer Weiss Insurance, we have the good folks at Jones Sather Realty who are bringing you the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade this afternoon. And Rob, if we can scare up that picture from her website, it is just so stunning. It gives you a little taste of what Pacific Palisades is all about. There it is, Jones Sather Real Estate. Look at these homes. These are the homes that are for sale in Palisades, in Santa Monica, in Westwood, in Beverlyville, all of the beautiful places over here. Look at that. Makes you want to learn to play the grad. And so Jones Sather is our sponsor for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade this afternoon. We have several sponsors through the day for the LA Regional 4th telecast, but it's very important that we thank Joan for being the sponsor of the parade today.
Absolutely. I'm just waiting to find myself a nice Palisades house, that's for sure.
The skydivers are very important, folks. What, Rob? Sorry? Indeed. Now, the Santa Monica Police motorcycles, or what they call motor officers, are going to be kicking off here. They are coming down the road, and they always say motor officers if you're on a motorcycle. I guess that's better than being a bicycle officer on a bicycle, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so, or a pedal officer? You don't want to say that.
No, definitely not.
No. And so, we have them coming on down the road. Today, over 80 years later, you have the motorcycles and the mounted police coming down the road. We have banners. Boy, it's a noisy, happy place. And you know, this is what matters most, is that this is the 4th of July. Look at that. Everybody's lined up with a camera, a camcorder, a phone, something, as the welcome banner prepares to make its way down Monument and Sunset with the Santa Monica Mounted Police. This is a beautiful thing. The clock tower in the background. And the other thing about this town is that they didn't build up past the tops of the roofs and cover up the mountains. So you can come up here and feel like you're in a teeny tiny little town.
Yeah.
On the edge of a major megalopolis. The Santa Monica Mounted Police was organized in the 1930s to publicize the city of Santa Monica in parades, and guess what they're up to today? The distinctive black uniforms with white trim, white tie and western hat, black saddle, breast collar, and reins with silver trim are part of the uniform worn by this very popular group. And today, after over 80 years, the Mounted Police Unit is it's the oldest mounted police unit in the state of California. Members ready to assist the city of Santa Monica in the event of an emergency or disaster. They're under the assistance of the Chief of Police, complete with mounted color guard that they are supplying today for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. That's just gorgeous.
Go Cub Scouts!
Now, one of the presenting sponsors is Occidental Petroleum for today's Pacific Palisades Parade. And what they do with the parade is they make sure that people, sometimes they have an entry, and sometimes they just help put on the parade. And you know, we appreciate all of them. But there's a beautiful shot of the Santa Monica Mounted Police Unit, and it's a gorgeous thing. Now what we're on to is the UCLA parade sponsor, the health department, and they are the UCLA people that make sure that there's health and good looking stuff happening. Look at this. UCLA has been with the
they're
parade
returning
for a long
the
time.
fifth year, UCLA Health, and then coming up right after them, it looks like UCLA People Animal Connection, but we have the Oxy Dental Passing, UCLA Health.
That one's
Everybody
yours. I don't have that page. So.
Here we have, the UCLA Health sponsors, and then right behind them, the UCLA People Animal Connection right there with the walking dogs.
The first returning for the
People and dogs, you know, they always find out that animals and dogs
there they are.
Make sure that you know, each one is happier and lives longer.
Aww.
There was a very sad picture circulating on the internet.
Some of them have,
and the dog was outside, just looking sad. He was just laying down waiting for somebody to come get him. And they miss us, we miss them. They're little people in a dog suit for sure.
Right. Well, some of them have nicer outfits on than me today. Bows, ribbons, sequins.
Is that better?
Yes.
Good. So look at that. And then there's certain dogs that you say, hold it, I don't want to have that dog, because what happens when the owner starts looking like the dog?
Right.
I'll be in some trouble there.
Next one, I believe we see Fran Flanagan Properties coming on up with those Studley football players I had the pleasure of speaking to earlier.
You were talking to the football player? Tell me about this. So you were talking to him backstage over there. So.
Oh, yes, I was. Yeah, I think I had the whole team with me. So that was pretty fun.
Anybody surprised about that? Nah, I didn't think so. Okay.
Some Studley Pally football players. So they are bringing up the Fran Flanagan Properties banner there. And right after them, following them, is the Mountain Fifes and Drums. I also had the pleasure of speaking with a few of them.
Now tell me about them. What are they about?
Well, I didn't get a preview of them playing, so now I'm really excited for them to come on by. I did ask them to preview me a little something, but they are leading the parade from Lake Arrowhead, presented by Fran Flanagan Properties. That's a mouthful. They're under the direction of Director Joy Hatch and Chairman of the Board Kevin Oakes. The group dresses in Revolutionary War garb and plays traditional American fife and drum music. Here it is. we can finally hear it.
They are right here live at Monument and Sunset for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade.
They are preserving the spirit of our beloved nation and providing music, history, leadership, discipline, and responsibility, training free of charge to youth ages 10 through 8. The group travels throughout the USA, but this is their first appearance in the Pacific Palisades. They look and sound great. We should definitely show them what we think about it. They look awesome. That is just America right there. There they are. Following them, we have the yogurt shop coming on up.
Now the way this works is the yogurt shop is presenting kids on bikes, which means the yogurt shop paid the entry fee and all the kids are in for free. And that's kind of like free yogurt. That's kind of fun.
Yes. Do we get free yogurt later? I don't know. I might have to visit the yogurt shop.
Yeah, you're really nice. Very good. I do want to touch on the fact that in the Berge Motors Jeep were Neil Godsey, Rotary President, and Tom Welch, Rotary President 2013 and 14. That was just handed to me. The kids on bikes, which means parents on feet, and tires on the ground, and smiles on faces is what kids on bikes mean.
Right. This is the third year consecutively that the yogurt shop is sponsoring the Kids on Wheels, the local Kids on Bikes, and let's give a hand to our hometown kids, showing off their patriotism and community pride.
Lots and lots of faces this afternoon for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade with Kasia Grigorchek. I'm Tim Greenwood. We are live in Pacific Palisades, California for the 66th annual Palisades Americanism Parade. If you see things blowing past the camera, we have soap bubbles going on here today. We had some confetti and streamers. People are waving flags. A crowd of over 30,000 people and an amazing turnout today. Perfect weather.
Absolutely perfect weather. Earlier it was that typical marine layer, but it just cleared up perfectly right in time for the skydivers, and it is just beautiful today.
This is just great. Kids on bikes all over the place, and that to me is, you know, if you're going to watch the parade or be in the parade when you're a little kid, that's the deal.
And we definitely want to mention the yogurt shop, who is sponsoring the Kids on Wheels, is donating 15% of its sales during 5 to 7 happy hour to support Papa. So we definitely want to support the parade.
So this means that if you go over there today or tomorrow, you're going to be doing great. Now, we spoke with Ed Asner a little bit ago, and he is coming up as the Parade Grand Marshal. Ed Asner in the big white Cadillac with his grandkids. Now, Ed Asner is best known for his Emmy Award-winning role as television's Lou Grant, and Ed's career has spanned 6 decades, including a stint as the Screen Actors Guild. He's won 7 acting Emmy Awards, more than any other male actor. In recent years, Ed provided the voice of Carl Fredrickson in the Academy Award-winning film Up, and he recently toured the country with his one-man production, FDR. Look at this, Ed Asner live at the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade, and it never stops. Look at this. The 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band.
The 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band is stationed on Marine Corps Air Station Miramar in San Diego, and they are led today by Drum Major Gunnery Sergeant Jesse L. Barta. All the band members are active duty Marines who are required to maintain physical fitness standards. I should have talked to them right after I talked to the football team. Pistol and rifle qualifications, and many other types of military training.
And Major General Stephen Bushy in the Auburn there. It's an awesome car. That's the Auburn I was telling you about.
Oh, yes, there it is.
This is a lovely thing. He's in charge. So we're glad that we had him, because that means that we get all the rest of those guys.
Absolutely, yes. This next float
Now,
caught
the
my
Pacific
eye.
Palisades American Legion is a very special organization of people who have served in all branches of the military, and they have a most patriotic and beautiful float for American Legion Post 283. It's called Waves of Freedom, and boy, they have the waves.
Which is actually the parade theme, so that is awesome.
Many accomplishments, including the Veterans Administration, the GI Bill of Rights, and the college funding.
Look at that beautiful eagle. That caught my eye immediately when I was doing the pre-parade interviews. I was so caught by that gorgeous gold eagle. Definitely says American pride right there.
Now, after the parade, do you suppose we could talk him out of that eagle? It'd make a great hood ornament on the Hyundai.
Right, make any car look really luxurious, I'm sure.
And there's a luxurious Buick. What do we have there?
That is Scott Wagenseller.
Oh, he's the president of the American Legion Post in town.
Yes.
Scott is also the president, CEO of Palisades Patrol. So what he does is he keeps an eye on the people in the Huntington Palisades and other areas around Pacific Palisades with his lovely family.
Once again, they are, the American Legion was supporting the Waves of Freedom, which is today's parade theme.
Oh, there, that's my favorite shot, where we shoot across, and you got the 3 or 4 people always lined up right above the shoe repair shop.
Oh, yes.
We'll get that again.
That's a good spot.
Look at this good-looking car.
All right, we have the red car coming on up.
Is this possibly, could it be true?
Vi Volquist, auxiliary president of the American Legion.
Oh, okay. Chartered in 1931 for 81 years, the auxiliary has cooperated unselfishly in all of the Post's 283 programs.
Post 283 is greatly and deeply grateful to the auxiliary for all of its support, and together they work toward the future with pride and confidence.
Hi, Vi. How you doing? Look at this beautiful, and look at that scene. This is Pacific Palisades, California on July 4th, 2013 for the 66th Annual Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade Association, and a beautiful Corvette.
A lot of these gentlemen in the Corvettes and different cars, actually, I was speaking to them earlier, refinished them, refurbished them, and kind of did them up all on their own. I even got to see some pictures of what they look like originally, and let me tell you, they definitely do not look like the originals. They are all spiffied up for today for the parade.
Take a good look. Look at that gorgeous car. Vi Volquist, auxiliary president of the American Legion Post. The wire wheels, they gave up on the spoke wheels, by the way, later on when the engines got more powerful, because you could rev the engine, you'd spin the middle right out of the wheel.
Well, here comes more pipes and drums. The 42nd Highlanders Regimental Pipes and Drums.
They were playing right before I spoke with Ed Asner before the parade in the pre-parade show, and boy, they are good. They say it's really hard to play the bagpipes because you have to blow into the bag to fill up the air, and then you play, but you're not blowing at the same rhythm that the music is coming out. So it's not like a trumpet where you do it and it comes in and out right now. You have to go in and then it comes out later.
I think some of them are catching their breath right now. That is a skill, definitely.
Oof. And when you hear the announcers in the backgrounds, you know, one of the nice things about going to the Palisades Americanism Parade is they have roadside announcers about every 4 blocks.
Right.
So you don't have to guess who you are looking at. You instead can go ahead and say, oh, okay, I know who that is. The Palisades Pediatric Dentistry Organization present the next float. That's how this works. You can feel free to check with them. The lead dentist there is a very nice man, and he's very excited about kids learning dental health and doing it very, very well. Tell me about that baseball team.
The Pacific Palisades Baseball Association. There are 3 divisional champions of the Pacific Palisades Baseball Association. They are champions of the 7 to 8-year-old Pinto Division, the Yankees, led by head coach Brian Grimes.
Incoming saltwater taffy. How are your fielding skills? I'll catch, you talk.
Oh, here it comes. They're happy that they are champions. Champions of the 9 to 10-year-old Mustang Division are also the Yankees, coached by Josh Morrow. Get some candy over here. Just in case we get hungry. It's, it's going to be quite the long parade. So we got to fuel up. And then the champs, can't forget the 11 to 12-year-old division. That is the Bronco division, and those champs were the Tigers, coached by Todd Kupfer.
That's just a great thing.
Congratulations.
Very, very 4th of July. The baseball team on Main Street in Pacific Palisades, California. Wherever you are, this is a phenomenally fun thing to do. Now, the Turner Law Firm presents our next float, and the Turner Law Firm also make sure that we have the fireworks and the concert at night. Take a look at the drum corps. This is the Palisadian Charter High School, Palisades, and the Revere Middle School Band, and they get together with the middle school and the high school to play and perform, and you know, I'm going to hope that we can just hear them. Can we hang on for a second?
Right, definitely. Cheers.
Palisades Charter High School and Revere Middle School, brought to the event today by the Turner Law Firm. Something very special that the Turner Law Firm does is they make sure that music in schools is maintained. Arts and music education, very, very important. People underestimate how many people who played an instrument become a medical doctor, an attorney, an engineer, something that requires lots of detailed thinking, something that requires thinking about more than one thing at once, something that requires being a good citizen and making sure that all is well. It's very, very nice.
I wonder if we'll get some of my clowns. They're coming down the street. They're next to the band.
Kind of a stylized American flag on the flag twirlers of the Palisades Charter High School. Now this is the place where you will see the concert tonight and see the fireworks tonight. Gates open at 6 o'clock at Palisades Charter High School. Parking is limited, but fun is unlimited.
There they are.
Here's one of your clowns.
Yes. The interview was great. They didn't say anything. They just honked.
You see them in the band in the parade like that, and you always makes you think that you can do that. How about this one? Lots of people lined up. The chairs go out days in advance. People, you know, leave them alone. That's kind of nice. You put your chairs out. Now here's Mike Bonin. He is a brand new representative for this end of town. We met him the other night. He came by the parade committee meeting, and his inauguration is actually going to be at the Yahoo building here in a few days. You can check the website for that. But City Councilman Mike Bonin.
Brand new District 11 council person.
Council member for the 11th district right there. And this is what we're talking about. It's a hometown parade. Your hometown representatives are right there. This is something which matters very, very much to the American way of life, the American representation system, and the 4th of July itself. It is very beautiful, almost as important as having back-to-back convertibles.
Yes. Yes, and we can't miss a Congressman Henry Waxman.
This is the man. That's one of those names you hear about. When somebody's doing something, it's Henry Waxman. What did he have to say? Right there in the Ford Thunderbird convertible, Congressman Henry Waxman, live in Pacific Palisades, California, to celebrate the 4th of July with the LA Regional 4th.com telecast. Now that's kind of confusing because it's .com, so it's on the web, but it's a telecast because it's on Channel 23 locally, which puts it on all the cable systems, Time Warner and Charter and everybody. Also, DirecTV and Dish Network, AT&T, Uverse, and Verizon, Fios. There are DVRs whirring all over the place.
23 or 31, depending on your area.
That's right. And what we have next is Richard Bloom. Now, when you see the guy on the Segway, this guy's really hard to catch, but if we can get him, Rob, that would be beautiful. He is, he's a mover. He swept off to the left. There he is. Look at that.
Oh, there he is.
Now, California Assembly member Richard Bloom, last year when we did this, he was the mayor of Santa Monica.
Okay.
And he was the guy whirring around, and he had so many hands to shake, he had to do it on wheels. And we almost didn't get his picture at all. But this time, there he is. He's figured out, well, actually, if you go from mayor to councilman, I guess he has mastered the Segway.
Definitely, I think he has. He's zooming around, not even going in a straight line.
No, that's very...
He's just showing off his skills.
And equal-handed, equal opportunity, left-handed and right-handed handshaking.
Yes. Yes.
It's like high fives at 5 miles an hour. Tick, 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 tick. Looking at Sunset Boulevard at Monument, the intersection here, at Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. So much fun.
Richard Bloom having a lot of fun on the Segway.
Now, as he whirs around, I want you to be aware that the red Camaro right behind him is Zev Yaroslavsky, supervisor of the 3rd District of the County of Los Angeles. Very pleased to see him waving the flag there. Mr. Yaroslavsky has been one of the longest running representatives in the history of Los Angeles, and everyone was looking at him here a couple years ago saying, are you going to run for mayor? Because if you are, I don't stand a chance. And he said, no, you know, I've done lots and lots of time serving. I really would like to see my grandkids and my family.
Right.
So why don't you guys do it and have a good time?
Right, and he's good at what he does. He's been reelected 4 times.
He really is popular, and he's in the middle of so many good long-term things. Now, right behind him in the MG,
Pacific Palisades Chamber of Commerce is presenting the next, I believe, and the sidewalk sale this Saturday.
But before the sidewalk sale, who's in the MG? Are those friends of Zev Yaroslavsky?
Yeah, they're presenting the Pacific Palisades Papa band behind them. Right behind them.
Don't get too far ahead of me, though. After Zev, who's in the white MG? We will find out. We get a picture of them. Those might be kids or grandkids of Zev. That would be my guess. After that, the Papa band from Pacific Palisades Chamber of Commerce presenting them. And something very important to keep in mind is the fact that the Papa band is an unofficial band put together by the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade, or PAPA.
Right.
So they're the Papa band.
Very good play on words.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
We think about this stuff for months and months and months and bring it to you.
We're ready.
Live
Ready
right
for
here.
it. Yes. Current music director of the drum major is Mark Eisenberg. Tim's going to take a moment to just enjoy it.
It's a sunglass parade. Okay, I'm way too cool. I'm just going to listen to her talk. Okay, go for it.
The band has 25 musicians of all ages, was founded in 1974, and it has grown to over 25 musicians. Some of the original members are actually still marching.
Didn't they know the parade was over from last year? They're still marching?
They're still marching, yes, from last year. They just kept going in circles, but here they come.
This is beautiful. The Papa band right there. Look at that fantastic crane shot.
The band also plays for many, many local events. Santa's Arrival, Women's Club, and the Love Walk, and of course our Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade.
I like that. I like that a lot. You're looking down Sunset Boulevard at Monument with Kasha Grigorchik. I'm Tim Greenwood. Thank you for spending a little bit of a time from your party with our party here at the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade, part of the LA Regional 4th telecast, where so many people come in and work for nothing to put on a show to make sure that you have a reason to remember how special it is to be in the United States of America. You're looking at the Pacific Palisades Papa band, and now in the brown Bronco is the honorary mayor of Pacific Palisades, Jake Steinfeld. Now, Jake Steinfeld, or some people know him as Body by Jake, is the gentleman in the lavender shirt in the middle with his family. I know that's his son up front. I bet the rest of them are close relations. There's Jake. And he is a really nice man. The nicest thing I like about him is that he practices what he talks about. So he is very healthy, and he does look the part, and you know, it's because he is, and he does, and that's what's nice. Paws and Claws are now presenting the fine folks with all the puppies and dogs. Oh, you're all set? Patriotic pups for Pacific Palisades.
There we go.
There we go.
They're sponsored by Paws and Claws.
They're sponsored by Paws and Claws.
And for the 19th year.
And for the 19th year.
The civic-minded pups.
The civic-minded pups.
Of Pacific Palisades.
Of Pacific Palisades.
Now you're going to get me all tongue-tied.
Well, they have 4 feet, so every time they take 2 steps, they take 2 more steps, so I'm trying to help.
Yes, okay. Well, they have obviously come out to show their spirit by walking in the 4th of July parade for the 19th year, as I said. And the first show of patriotism was in 1995, organized by Margaret Hawker and her daughter, Gray.
Look at how patriotic those Pacific Palisades pup owners are. They even had their little green bags with them.
Right, and I was actually told that the pups look forward to this parade every year. I think they do.
Paws and Claws, a very important sponsor, and that's how this parade works, is many times there'll be a business sponsor for an entry. like the White & Company insurance people who sponsor the New Orleans Traditional Jazz Band.
We're really getting a treat with some good music today.
Music to walk your dog by.
Right. Wow, the band has actually been featured at Disneyland and many parades all over Southern California, so what a pleasure to have them here in the Pacific Palisades today. And you can actually look them up on nojazzband.com in case you want them for a special event. Weddings.
That's because it stands for New Orleans, N-O.
There we go.
NOjazzband.com.
N-O, yes.
Or you could say there's no jazz band like theirs.
Exactly. I think they're going for both ways.
Now, during the pre-parade segment, when I was talking to John Cobelt, this beautiful blue convertible was behind us, and we were saying, whose car is that? Well, now we know. It's Marge and Bob Gold, the parade marshals. They're the ones who make sure that this thing comes together in a big way.
Is that where the bubbles have been coming from?
You know, they might be bubble fans.
I see that.
Well, you know, they get bubbles everywhere, they get help everywhere, they get people everywhere. This is fantastic, and they're being closely followed by a group of Cub Scouts, Group 223. We have some Webelow Scouts in the front. We have some Cub Scouts. We have the guys on wheels with their little helmets. They're doing it right. Hi, wave, I'm on TV. How about that? Look at that.
Aw.
And this is how real parades happen. You got this item, you got that item. Let's take a peek at the next one. There it is, the banner. Oh, well, it's held by a bunch of Boy Scouts. It's not going to be too straight. I held one of those once. I always held my end higher than everybody else's.
I imagine.
And I was holding it as low as I could. I'm sorry. 75 years of Cub Scouting. I actually made it through Cub Scouts.
Did you?
I did Cub Scouts, and then I did Boy Scouts. I didn't even skip steps. So you learn to tie knots.
Right.
Still good at that. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, when you get together as a group of little kids and, you know, 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 15 in the afternoon, after school on Wednesdays, I think is when we met, and it's very important. You work on some basic skills. You get to talk to some grown-ups that aren't your parents, so maybe you'll listen to those for a while. And it's just such a beautiful thing. Now these are the Cub Scouts going by, and I want you to make sure that you know that you are watching the LA Regional 4th, Los Angeles Regional 4th of July live televised broadcast.
With Tim Greenwood.
Hi.
And Kasia Grigorczyk.
How do you spell that?
Oh. Do you want me to go with
Grigorczyk. All together now.
Gregorczyk.
CZYK.
Yes.
Ooh, I told the guy with the typing machine the wrong spelling.
Uh-oh.
So I get it wrong too. So, CZYK?
Yes, you've been saying it fabulously all day. My Polish parents thank you very much.
You're very welcome. and this is just a great thing. Beautiful big white horses come to carry us away.
Oh, the Pacific Palisades Spelling Bee coming on through. With a bee mascot and everything.
Are the white horses part of the spelling bee? They were ahead of it.
They may have just passed us. Yep, they were just in between Cub Scouts and Spelling Bee.
The white horse. Marquez Knowles, the neighborhood, will be presenting the next one. Let's talk about the Spelling Bee people. Go for it.
All right. They are Golden Spark Plug winner Leslie Pereira, the founder of the annual Pacific Palisades Spelling Bee at the Rustic Canyon Recreation Center. She's joined today by a number of the contestants from last year's event. Oh, I think I have to spell out their nice little
now look at this. Let's
website.
talk about the Spelling Bee, folks. Okay, that's PALIBEE.com, palibee.com. First grade, Violet Affleck, Chaz Fleger, and Leo Craig. Second grade, Simon Lee, Madeline Nielsen, and Angelica Martell. Third grade, Luca Horn and Vinetz, thank you, and Alexa Marsh. Fourth grade, Liana Rostmamian, Vin Volok, and Maximus Lavia. And fifth grade, you do those.
Monica Martell, Alicia Sigworth, and Miles Partain. Don't worry, I just got the easy ones by luck, I think.
Very good. That's the spelling bee group. Now, following that, we have the MPKOA. It's all right with me. Is it okay with you? Marquez Knowles, you know, the folks in the silver convertible. Marquez Knowles Properties Association presents the West Los Angeles Pony Baseball Champions. Take a look at that. Here's the West Los Angeles Pony Baseball Champions, led by head coaches Chip Stewart and Marco Trapani. This year, the Palisades were represented by 2 pony baseball teams made up of local players ages 13 and 14. They've competed in the West Los Angeles Pony League against teams like Cheviot Hills, Mira Costa, Santa Monica, and Gardena, and they have more pinwheels per mile than anybody else.
So they ended their regular season tied with each other. But Pally Red.
That's so much better than being tied with someone else.
Right. So Pally Red went on through the playoffs to the championship game.
I love baseball.
I think the red team is the one coming up next when we get to them.
Ooh. And now the West LA Pony Baseball Champions, the Pally Red team of Pacific Palisades for 2013. There they come. Looks like we have the coaches waving flags and a truckload of baseball players.
All right. And they defeated Santa Monica 10-3 to capture the West Los Angeles Pony Baseball Championship for the Pacific Palisades. Way to go, red team.
And we bring along the dog too, because you always need the dog.
Always. We always need the dogs in the parade.
Berge Motors supplying the truck. They're such a big sponsor of the parade activities and the parachute. And the West LA Pony Baseball Champions throwing confetti and bubbles and good stuff today. Look at that.
They are excited.
There you go. Pony, protect our nation's youth is what that stands for.
Right.
The Pony Baseball League. And it really is a situation of idle hands or the devil's playground.
Woo!
So you either keep the kids busy or they will get busy doing something.
Right.
Here on Sunset Boulevard in the afternoon on the 4th of July 2013 with Kasia Grigorczyk, I'm Tim Greenwood.
We are coming up on that horse-drawn vehicle.
Beautiful.
These are the Community Council Award winners.
These are the spark plugs. These are the people who get things done. Bruce Schwartz, Sean McIlerney, Leslie Pereira, Golden Spark Plug winners. Also, Marguerite Perkins Mottner, and Community Service Grand Award winner. And also Barbara Cohn, president of Palisades Community Council, and a couple of close friends. You know, and they know enough to keep the horse ahead of the cart. That's why they get things done.
Right.
You know, that is what they mean by getting the cart before the horse. They don't mean that you just bought one before you bought the other one. They mean if you put the cart in front of or before the horse isn't going to push it.
I learned these things only from you, Tim.
This is the important part. This is the educational portion of today's program. The Onstage Talent Group is bringing us the next entry, and this is another circumstance where the banner brings the folks, the Mariachi Conservatory. You don't see this just anywhere.
Definitely not. We are getting all different flavors of music.
Based in, how do I say that? Salesian High School. The organization offers classes for beginners, intermediate, and advanced students under the directorship of Dr. Richard Mata. Oh, listen close to this. Joyce Brunel is the president of the Pacific Palisades
Presbyterian
Chamber
Church.
of Commerce in the red Corvette convertible.
Oh.
It says Chamber of Commerce on the car. Yep.
Yes, it does.
And then a banner coming up right behind. Please welcome the newly installed Chamber of Commerce President Joyce Brunell. When not presiding over her board of directors, Joyce is the owner of Suntricity Solar. I've seen the ads for them. They do great work. Joyce is being driven today by Palisades President Shepard Goodman in his 2011 Chevrolet Camaro.
Ooh!
We got poppers and confetti coming off of the fire truck now.
Station 69.
This is an exciting day. This is the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. Are you having a good time?
I'm having an amazing time. I can't remember the last time I actually got to watch a parade, so this is awesome.
And the way this works is PSSI Global has worked with Magnolia Street Productions hand in hand to make sure that you have a front row seat to the biggest small town Americanism parade in the western half of the United States. It's called the Palisades Americanism Parade Association, and after you watch today, or tell all your friends, or send them a Twitter message, or email them, the show's not over. Go online to laregional4th.com to see it all again.
Yes, definitely. You can see it all year long if you want.
There you go. It's 4th of July all the time.
All the time.
I like that. Take a look at what's our fire truck. This is the...
This is Station 69.
Oh, good. They're right up the street. See, this is such a community place.
Yes.
It's like within 3 blocks. Oh, that's where those guys come from. And these people, oh, well, they just live around the corner. And these, oh, okay, that's where they're from. It's fun.
Here they are. They deserve a big. They definitely. Yeah, they definitely. No, yeah, they definitely just deserve a big hand. Last year alone, the men and women of LA Fire Department responded to 753,428 times to come to the aid of their neighbors in need. So definitely owe these firefighters a big hand.
753,000 calls.
There's a Dalmatian in that car too.
And you certainly have to have a Dalmatian. It's good luck for the fire truck. He's good. And Greg's getting pictures of that. Xander has the fire truck dog. This is just beautiful.
Oh, there he is.
Hi. You have to have it. I spotted a dog.
Right, yes.
No, they come that way. Hi. Oh, the young fighter in the front window. There, very cute, very cute. Ladder trucks and goodies from
Station
Station 69,
doing
269.
some tricks back there. They're all swerving down
Well, that way you
Sunset.
get to see all of it, because normally you just see the lights and you see the curb because you're trying to get out of their way.
Yeah.
And with 700,000 service calls per year, and someone's life or home or property is in danger, this is why it's so important that you pull over.
Absolutely, yes.
Just pull over. We were coming out here the other day, coming up Pacific Coast Highway. Here comes the lights and siren. You had to pull over. And the most important thing is that even in this neighborhood, people waited and got back in line in the same place. They didn't just try to leapfrog you. Oh, I got up one car length.
Right.
Where somebody on the other end of that fire service call has a lot more urgent problem than you do.
Absolutely.
Just amazing. Very, very fun. Now, a little bit earlier, I was talking to John Cobelt of KFI Radio, and here he comes in the Mercedes convertible now. John Cobelt, one of the most unusual spellings, because he has a spelling that is also
Polish last name.
There you go.
We learned we had that in common.
Yes. Here. And because it's like Cobuilt.
Yes.
Instead of Cobelt.
Yes, but he said him and his brother kind of just morphed it into what they wanted to, be pronounced by when they got older.
There you go. Well, they said so be it, and it turned into Cobillet.
Yeah.
Something like this. But it's John Cobelt of John and Ken at KFI Radio. And we were talking to him in the pre-parade hour over by the Methodist
there
Church.
There he is. Hello.
Him and his sons?
Him and his son, Jordan. Jordan's actually interning this summer at the Pali Post, doing an article, to my understanding, on the parade. So he's getting his research and starring in the parade at the same time, I think.
Well, and they have a newspaper in Pacific Palisades.
Yes.
You remember those. And they have a 4th of July parade, and they have a 4th of July 5 and 10K run for the Will Rogers State Park. And all of these things benefit a charity. Happy 4th from Gibson International, your local realtors. So much fun today.
So much fun. I don't want it to end, actually.
Well, it doesn't have to, because you can go to laregional4th.com
and we can just keep watching it over and over.
See it again. Yes. Get to see how other people celebrate. If you're not having enough fun yet with the backyard reports, those aired from noon to 1 today. You can see them online tomorrow.
I think I will be checking them out.
More music. Who are we listening to?
The Gibson International Real Estate team was presenting the City Sound Drum and Bugle Corps. Here they are, nice and loud.
Look at that. They're over here. Look at that. Oh, they're so big. Live from Sunset and Monument in Pacific Palisades, California with Kasia Grigorchak. I'm Tim Greenwood. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade, live on TV, live on the web, live on cable, live on satellite, live everywhere. I'm going to keep trying to come up with lives as many times as he hits that snare drum. Live on the corner of Monument and Sunset, live at the corner of Drummond and Sunset, live at the corner of Cary and Sunset, live at the corner of Swarthmore and Sunset, live at the corner of Sunset, your chair, and your chair could be red or green or blue or white or purple or yellow or made of canvas or aluminum or plastic or wood, or it folds with metal or whatever it is, but every time he hits I have to come up with a new noun, don't I?
Yes, I think so.
It's in the rule book. You get to do the next one.
I think so. I'm going to try to find them. I've been looking forward to this one. I want to say
a bright orange.
We have some.
Oh, it's Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Dawn Rodriguez is Miss California, United States.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go. So for all the folks who are out there saying, I want to join a pageant, it's like, you know, it's okay to be Mrs. California. I think Dawn's a good representation of the Mrs. of California that you shouldn't misses. You should pay more attention to them. You shouldn't misses them.
And she is riding in the parade to bring awareness to lung cancer. And personal story, she lost her dad to lung cancer, so that is a very important cause. Glad to have her out here supporting that, or representing that and supporting the parade.
Closely followed by the Wells Fargo and Company coach. That's how they used to carry money and people, and important. Today's driver is George Hall, forever connected with the stagecoach Wells Fargo. And the most important thing to keep in mind is that they are here to show their community spirit again this year at the 66th Annual Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade.
Nothing says Americanism like a stagecoach. Stagecoach and horses.
Look at that. Horses. There's our beautiful jib camera. I think Patrick's taking a picture of Xander's jib. So many camera people today. So many wires. So many wonderful people. Are we on camera? Good. I want to thank Robert Lamb and his partners, Eric Hall, and everybody over at PSSI Global, who have brought us a phenomenal technical contribution today with satellite trucks, expertise, color pictures, sound, things that work, things that light up when they're supposed to. This is not easy to do a live monster broadcast, and it would not exist without the devotion of so many volunteers and the skill and technical expertise of the people at PSSI Global. Visit them at pssiglobal.com and you'll understand what a phenomenal gift this is. Oh, fire truck or police truck. Who are these? The Pacific Palisades Women's Club with a float for the Pacific Palisades Women's Club, but right ahead of them, it's the West LA, are those police cadets?
Oh,
the Women's Club. We get some yellow hard hats. Revitalize the clubhouse.
They are longtime participants and sponsors of the Palisades Americanism Parades Association.
This is great. So they have the Penske truck done up like a house that needs some remodeling because they are working to revitalize their mid-century, 1950s translation, clubhouse. And you know, they kind of have the big round decorative things to look like mirror balls, and really having a good time. It's very, very nice. Chevrolet now. This is pretty nice. Is it Steve Zimmer time? It's Steve Zimmer time. Welcome to the parade. Board member Steve Zimmer from District 4 as he represents the Brentwood, Delray, and East Hollywood, Encino, Hollywood, Pacific Palisades, and many more. Steve Zimmer was elected to the Los Angeles Unified School District, LAUSD, Board of Education in 2009 after 17 years as a teacher and counselor at Marshal High School in Los Angeles. Hello, Steve.
Also riding with Steve was Bennett Kaiser, board member from District 5, which represents El Sereno, Echo Park, Bell, Mr. Washington, and many more.
Closely followed by an official Indianapolis 500 pace car. The black pace car includes someone important. David Kukolski, former school board member, and a long green bicycle. Entry number 213, the bicycle with the passenger in the front. You like that? And the fire truck. Look out for the fire truck. The parade theme winner, Rosalie Huntington, riding in the fire truck. Our parade theme, of course, was Waves of Freedom. And with that, there we go, a little posing on the back bumper.
A little modeling going down on the back of the fire
ready,
truck.
Grab, hold, and turn.
There she
ready,
is.
begin.
America,
Happy 4th
there we
of
go.
July. Wave. There you go. You know, you put girls on the back bumper, somehow the cameraman finds them.
Right.
I don't know how that works. It's just amazing. And here's our fire rescue truck. This is from the emergency TV show. This is, you know, the fictional Fire Station 51 from the TV show Emergency. Attention, Rampart, we have a problem. Yes, Randolph Mantooth here. And Billy Tighe and Julie London, those folks from that classic TV show. This is, hi Rob, you want to come by? Come on in, we're going to jump over here. Where's our magic microphone? Jump in here, Rob. We have Rob Weber, the president of the Palisades. Oh, you got to come down a little bit. There you go. There's our little picture. There you go, and there's our little camera. How you doing? How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
We're doing great. This is a beautiful show today.
We've got beautiful weather. We got a good crowd. We have no gaps in the parade yet, so that's a new one.
It's a busy day.
It's actually working. Everything's working today, which is nice.
And this is the guy who makes sure it does. Now, if people want to contribute to the parade or get in next year's parade, what's the email or the website?
Sure. Our website is www.palisadesparade.org. Palisadesparade.org. Very easy to remember. All the information you need is right there.
Very good. Rob, we appreciate you coming by and putting on such a great show today.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Thanks for coming out. I mean, we're
bet.
here. Thanks for you coming out.
Very good. And we do have their website link on the LA Regional 4th website, so it's easy to find. Oh, here we go. Now, there's a story behind this. These are the Optimists, and the Optimists came along one day, and they decided to have a semi-precision drill team. And Arnie Wishnick, who we spoke with last year, was saying, you know, they came in, he was the president, the new president, and they said, yeah, what we want to do is we want to have a show that says everybody walks around in their underwear and waves their hats and canes. And he said, you are kidding me, this is Pacific Palisades, you can't do that. And they overrode him, and now he's really glad they did. And he's a good guy. But that's why you have, and now of course women are allowed in the Optimist Club, so you have lots of bloomers out there.
I hope so, I hope they are.
Red hats, guys and girls, and mostly American flag little shorts. And that's what they're doing. They open and close and move and turn and twist, and it's the semi-precision drill team.
There's that car passing us by. Who's the Optimist Club president?
Dan Kaiser, the president of the Optimist Club. And the Optimist Club does something very, very important. They're the ones who make sure that, you know, they're another one of those charitable organizations that make sure the money goes to good use, and they make sure that it does. It doesn't get lost in, oh, we had to pay some administration. No. They keep an eye on things.
And to tie us into this morning, they're also founding co-organizers of the 5K, 10K race that we were a part of this morning. So that is awesome. Just another thing to add to the day here, 4th of July in Pacific Palisades.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time with money for your children's charities. And what happens with that is something very important, that the kids actually wind up with stable home lives. Even if mom and dad aren't that good at role models, they can still wind up with a place to live, a place to stay, and a chance. And you know, most people are smart, and if you give them the chance or a little bit of hope, they'll do fine.
Definitely.
Up next, we have somebody very important. Looks like a beautiful Jeep-looking truck, kind of a classic, as we get kind of a wide shot of the semi-precision drill team in their underwear.
Which is actually, their name is the Semi-Naked Drill Team. I love that. I mean, if that doesn't get your attention, what does?
There they go.
Woo!
This is not, don't try this at home. This took a great deal of practice.
I love it.
And look at that detailed semi-precision. There are hats and canes. There are not one but 2 feet moving on every single one of these participants.
And it's so funny. It says they've been marching since 1984, and eventually they'll get it right. But I think they got it right.
They just keep going around and around. There's our good-looking truck and our good-looking gym cam. A couple of those for you today to get extra detail. This is an antique supplied. Is this the one from Scarlett's Cupcakes? No. The Williamson County Fire Truck. Michelle Bidding, post-laureate of the Pacific Palisades. She teaches poetry and creative writing to over 400 students locally, and each year culminating with public readings at their very own library.
And writing with Michelle are some of her very talented students.
Look at this good-looking group. And what? Oh, music in the distance. Hark! Who goes there? Why, it's musical folks.
Here comes Scarlett's Cupcakes coming on in, bringing music with them.
Now what they're doing is they're presenting the Pasadena Scottish Pipe and Drum Group. So people go, you got this town, you got that town. Well, this is Palisades sponsoring the Pasadena Scottish Pipe Group. And this really, Kasia, is what we're all about with the LA Regional 4th of July, is to say it's a national holiday that's a whole bunch of local celebrations. Why don't you come over and help me, and I'll come over and help you, and we'll all kind of sponsor each other, and then we'll all go have cupcakes at Scarlett.
Every good day ends with cupcakes, so yeah.
Hey, can we get that on a bumper sticker? Every good day ends with cupcakes.
The banner says it all. When we get back to the banner, I mean, I'll try.
Rotary President Neil Godsey in the gray Jeep. Scotland the Brave. It's the song.
Neil Godsey's Jeep comes with his own personal backup dancers, and there's those cupcakes I was talking about.
I wonder if he quite cast it that way.
The Pasadena Scottish Pipes and Drums, there they are, presented by Scarlett's Cupcakes.
Now, they've traveled as far as Scotland and performed on the Great Wall of China, where they represented Pasadena in the 2007 Olympic Cultural Festival. What an accomplishment. Let's listen to the Pasadena Scottish Pipe and Drum Group. The Griffins of Kingsdale? Kingsdale, pardon me. What portion of England are you from, Robert? Our technical director is from this neck of the woods. I'll say a little south of there. Michelle Bidding now, entry number 220. She's the Poet Laureate of Pacific Palisades in the white Mercedes convertible. And then jumping over to
Adam, which is the Art of Technology and Music.
Which they pronounce as Adam.
Yes.
So if you're really excited about technology and music, that means you're up and Adam.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to be excited since they,
I'm excited.
Yes, they created a whole new school in the heart of the Palisades.
I'm really excited.
Extra excited. You may have to visit it.
I'm very excited. I'm going to keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
I won't be able to finish.
That's exciting.
But yeah, the Adam teaches over 30 instruments, auto editing, engineering, video editing, and special effects. Kids and adults, beginners and professionals, all welcome.
Very fun. Has anybody seen...
This must be the theater.
The Theater Palisades. This is our Willy Wonka Jr. group.
There they are.
That we spoke with at the pre-parade show. Hello. Such hardworking, good folks. And they take care to make sure that the kids have something to do, and they have a theatrical release, and they have a theatrical release or a theatrical release. Well, there they go. The kids have a chance to go perform, which I guess would be a theatrical release, and then when the play starts, it's a theatrical release.
Yes.
Wow, okay. A little detail on the Adam truck. And Pacific Palisades and Willy Wonka Jr., which is such a cute idea.
Opening July 27th. I believe you spoke with them earlier.
That's right. That's right. Juice Crafters have a unique way to get a banner in an entry. Bring along the Juice Crafter truck.
There it is. Maybe it can pull on over here.
Not quite the same musical expertise, but definitely attention-getting.
Raw gourmet juice bar. Juice crafters.
Coming up, we have a kind of a drum and bugle corps here. Spinning the Palisadian. Your Community is coming up. Very good. This is one of those things that happens. We're about an hour into the parade. Little secret, the parade comes up, goes down Sunset, turns on Drummond, doubles back on Toyopa, and about an hour into it, because everyone gets to the finish line, and what do?
Collapses from being so tired.
More or less, yeah. They kind of stop and go, and so you do that for a while, and it goes, and it backs up, and that's why at this point in the parade, everyone kind of goes, oh, okay, we're stopping by the reviewing stand. Well, that's because the person in front of the, it's a SIG alert in a parade.
Definitely.
But nobody got hurt. So it's very, very important. You just kind of have, some slow stuff here. Take a look at that. From Juice Crafters comes the folks who were in the all natural juices, and they have their own friendly folks. And the Riviera Masonic Lodge now on screen. Take a look at this. The Riviera Masonic Lodge, the Masons support public schools. That's their thing. And so the Masons are more people who are trying to protect and look out for children. And that's something very, very important to keep in mind. So the Masons and some, LAPD, they're making sure things are correct and nice and proper. We like that. You are watching the LA Regional 4th telecast of the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. This is a wonderful, astonishing event and something that's going on here. And this broadcast is being brought to you by JoanSather.com, Joan Sather Realty. She's associated with the Sotheby's office in Pacific Palisades. And we thank Joan. She's wonderful. She works on the parade committee, and she also sponsors the porch decorating that happens every year to see who has the most patriotic-looking decorated house in Pacific Palisades. So thank you, Joan Sather, for being one of the broadcast sponsors, the lead broadcast sponsor for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade for 2013.
That's a mouthful. Historical Society coming up in this teeny little vehicle.
The Pacific Palisades Historical Society in the teeny tiny little yellow smart car. There they go.
There it is.
A little picture on the back going, something historical. Beep. The Pacific Palisades Historical Society is actively involved in the collecting, documenting, and preserving of historical objects and records relating to the Pacific Palisades and the neighborhood, or the environs. That's a good historical word. Whoa, baby! Big PR noise.
Some more music or something coming through.
Palisadian, what was that, Rob? Yeah, the other side of their banner. The Palisadian group. Take a look at those good-looking flags and colors.
Palisadian Post.
The Southern California Drama and Bugle Corps. Drum and Bugle Corps, not Drama and Bugle Corps. Very good-looking folks, and bright lavender, and listen to that. Click with me.
On key. On beat,
you want us to do it at the same time, do you? Okay, fine.
Oh, no, we were. I think we were doing a good job.
Dancing down Sunset Boulevard for the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade, brought to you by Joan Sather Realty, LARegional4th.com. This is fantastic. QT Fitness.
Okay.
QT Fitness. Now, does that mean that you're doing things correctly? You're doing things to the QT? Or does that mean that by the time you're all done, you're going to be a cutie?
Definitely. Spin, barre, yoga, I think I saw on there. Looks like you're definitely going to be a cutie if you join QT Fitness.
I moved to Los Angeles, and someone said they had a spinning class. And I said, really? I didn't know making wool was so popular. And, the woman didn't want to talk to me again. Yeah. Can't imagine why.
No, yep.
You're a little out of it, Tim. Too country. Chuckle Hill Castle. Why, it's true. I wonder if that means we also have a Chuckle Hill Beckham. Or, no, not quite. Sort of, never mind. And Beckham and Castle on the TV show. Okay. So Ramesh Sadria, the past president of the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade Association, riding along in the open unit. He's in the red jacket, red hat, the second row. There's where Ramesh is. He's having a good time. The breeze is here. This is like a perfect 78 degrees or something.
Perfect.
Fantastic. A block from the ocean. And this is something that's working just great. And now it looks like, yes, it is the Shabbat of Pacific Palisades, Chabad of Pacific Palisades, led by rabbis and staff, have even been making steadfast efforts to make their big heart extend even further into the community. Take a look. This is a double-decker load of fun. They just started picking up passengers, people with dogs. Wave, guys, look at the camera.
More of my football players.
Let's change the world together. It is a Hebrew school with a friendship circle, adult education, and more. 310-454-7783. Don't miss a minute of it. It looks like fun. It does look like fun. This is fun. I'm glad you're with us. We're having fun. This is the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade 2013. You saw Rob Weber a moment ago. Now, the football team you were talking to earlier, this is who's coming up now. Take a look. The blue shirts.
Yes, the Pally football team.
Now, were they talking to you because they thought you belonged on the team? You get the blue shirt?
I know, I fit right in, but now they, yeah, I was asking them where the cheerleaders were. Maybe they thought that I was one. I'm not sure.
Very fun. There they are. They're on the back of the Chabad bus, and everybody's available on board. Come on in. Come on board. And the people walking around here, they're just having such a good time. We have flag shirts and shorts and sneakers and red, white, and blue socks, and all kinds of folks just cruising around. Speaking of cruising, Sunset La Cruz Investor is presenting our next entry that's coming up. And this is what it's all about, is people in the community supporting other parts of the community. And I know it's happening in your community too. So if you would like to make sure that you get included in the backyard reports of next year's LA Regional 4th, well, be sure to stop by laregional4th.com, drop us a note, or like us on Facebook and send us a note. And we can be out visiting more folks. We were in Orange County, and we were in San Bernardino County, and Riverside County, and Ventura. But I know we didn't get everybody, so how about you next time?
That sounds like a plan. Well, we have a fire truck coming through.
The All-American La France from the Chuckle Hill Castle, complete with the big dog with the goggles. Wow, it's sort of like his master's voice or something.
And a real Dalmatian on board there.
A lot of the original brass work. This is what many people don't understand, is that the first fancy car trim was brass. And then after they used brass for a long time, someone said, oh, let's use silver. Let's make it chrome. Brass is so old-fashioned. And now, can you find bright work or chrome on a car? It's really hard because they went to all plastic and they made all the trim black. So for most people today, especially the young people, the old cars have chrome. The older than old cars have brass trim, like that American La France fire truck. Very beautiful indeed. Now take a look at this. It's the Lighthouse Church and School coming up next. Waves of Freedom is the theme for our parade this year, and it comes to life depicting the Lady Liberty surrounded by representatives from countries around the world. And speaking of around the world, Joan Sather, our primary parade sponsor, has real estate clients from around the world. So, I wanted you to know. So see if you can find folks representing China, Guatemala, Spain, Greece, the West African nations, and our own Native Americans and Pacific Island beachcombers. Fun, freedom, fellowship are all personified by the Lighthouse Church of Santa Monica. And they're singing.
Lady
we have
Liberty.
A Statue of Liberty up there waving her torch at us. And a cruise ship headed to the United States because so many people live. There she is, Lady Liberty. I wonder if they're missing her in New York right now. Because she's over here in California, the Pacific Palisades Americanism
Graced
Parade.
us with her presence today.
Indeed. Oh, and you know why the Statue of Liberty always looks kind of greenish?
Why is that, Tim?
It's copper.
Really?
And as the copper weathers, it turns green. It's like those buildings in England or Victoria, Canada. They always have a greenish roof because they started with a copper cast because you can hammer it. And then when it corrodes, it kind of turns green.
Which actually makes it look pretty beautiful.
It's very pretty, and then you're afraid to take it away and make it copper again because then it doesn't look green and pretty. Lots of folks cruising down the sidewalk of Sunset Boulevard today. And now with the theme of the parade, Waves of Freedom. Lots of folks in the entry. That's the big wave for the Lighthouse Church.
Spectrum Health Club.
Them and the Tundra track, the Spectrum Health Club has been a staple of Pacific Palisades since 2003, providing a healthy environment for the community to work out. Spectrum's mission statement is CORE. Get it? CORE, which is community, options, results, and experience. It's been described as the gym with the best view ever.
I want to go to that gym.
How about a gym with the best view ever? We got some dancers going here.
Yes, we do.
There he goes.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Is he doing that the whole way? He's going to get a workout.
Almost made our gym cam like one of those appliances on the beach.
We have the Long Beach Juliet Concert Band coming on up.
Long Beach Juliet Concert Band?
Junior.
Junior?
Junior, excuse us.
I was going to say the Romeo Concert Band went by about an hour ago.
Yes. That's our mistake.
There he is.
Oh, man.
I'm glad we caught him. Now coming up, the Long Beach Junior Concert Band, sponsored by Village 76. The Long Beach Junior Concert Band is in its 61st year, and it's proud to participate in this year's Pacific Palisades 4th of July Parade. Over its 61-year history, the band has won over 1,500 sweepstakes awards and hundreds of first-place awards. The band is led by musical director Marvin Marker and assistant director Phil Nakagawa and percussion director Lonnie Dukindo. Did I get that right?
Close enough.
Now this, did you ever baton twirl?
I did not. I am not that talented. I definitely could never really master that. These girls are pulling it off well. There they are.
And they've been doing this. They've been doing this for a mile and a half or something.
Right, I know.
Now we want to mention again that tonight the party continues after dark in Pacific Palisades, because there is the concert and the fireworks tonight at Pacific Palisades High School. So if you're going down Pacific Coast Highway, head up the hill up to Temescal, or Temescal, as many say it. And what happens will be that you will come around the corner and say, oh, hey, that looks like fun. And for $5, you get in, have a place to have picnics, but they have lots of great gourmet food vendors. You don't even have to bring a picnic, so just drop by. They'll love to have you. And then something magical happens. Something goes ahead and says, hey, guess what? We're going to have the lead guitarist from the Foo Fighters and his new band called the Dead Peasants. And also, coming up tonight, fireworks. Phenomenal fireworks display. Extensive.
That was
fantastic
our
fireworks display.
Oh yeah, always fantastic. That was our see you next year banner going on by us. The last one of the day, waving goodbye. That was too much fun.
It is a lot of fun.
It went by too fast. I was waiting for the next one to come, and then I saw see you next year, and I thought, darn it, this must be the end.
Well, now you know when the next one's coming.
But it was fabulous, yes.
We are having a great time. Kasha, it's just such a fun day to spend with you.
It has been wonderful. I have enjoyed myself thoroughly out here in the Palisades, meeting with people and getting to witness the run and the parade. It's been awesome.
It's just a lot of fun. You're watching the LA Regional 4th of July telecast, brought to you with Magnolia Street Productions and PSSI Global, the people who brought us many technical, magical miracles today, and satellite dishes and trucks and wires and cables and goodies. It's too much to list and too much to even consider how valuable it is that they made this community contribution to the most important holiday in the country, in probably the most important city in Los Angeles, in that it's the largest parade, the largest run. We started the day with the Will Rogers 5 and 10K run, and all those proceeds go to benefit the Optimist International Club. And what did you think of the run?
The run was, I almost wished I was taking part. I got to speak with Eleanor Kerr, who actually participated in the run for 5 years. Her and I both, she's much better marathon runner than I have, but I experienced my first one this year in LA. And she finished the Boston this year, so it was just awesome getting to talk with her and see everything. And now we're going to go to some visuals of the parade, kind of finishing up here. Everyone kind of going their separate ways, still sticking around though.
And there's still some cotton
for
candy.
tonight.
Would you like blue or pink?
Both, I think.
I like it.
I have a weakness for cotton candy, so I will take both if they're still available.
That's very good news. You're looking at Sunset Boulevard, a way you never see it. Completely without cars and totally full of happy people on the 4th of July, 2013. Now, this very special telecast is quite rare, and it's a live independent TV show, and it's called the LA Regional 4th. Now, what we ask is that you go to the LA Regional 4th on Facebook and like us, and if we get enough likes, we get enough people to sponsor it next year, and we all come back. But we plan to be right here on the corner of Monument and Sunset next year, because next year is our 10th anniversary of the telecast.
10th anniversary. It has to be big. It's going to be big. Definitely don't forget to visit us on Facebook, LA Regional 4th, making it happen for the 10th year next year.
It's amazing. Now, after the run in the morning, the Will Rogers 5 and 10K and the Kids Fun Run, then we go to the backyard reports and we visit people in all 5 counties. Did you have a favorite place or county or city that we visited?
All the counties, and I think being here was definitely the best. The parade was awesome, and I think we just definitely look forward to being here next year.
That's fantastic. We're going to take a break real quick and thank our sponsors, including Jones Sather Realty, who brought you the Pacific Palisades Parade this afternoon as our lead sponsor, but all of these people helped, and many hands make light work. So let's hear from Archer Weiss and TV Page and Santa Fe Seconds. Let's go.
May Santa Fe Outlets and Santa Fe Seconds be with you.
Were you scared?
The first thing I see is that fancy orange sticker, and it's looking at $5.99, $6. That's well over half off what I think I would pay.
So you're going to say that you spotted that on the rack?
I spotted it, and it's a good deal.
And the most important thing I can tell you is they have the super thin ones. These are all very modern, new style TVs.
I have 3 different birthday parties to shop for, and I think I just found all 3 gifts that easily.
This is a great fan. I love this one, Kasha.
But I think I have you beat, Tim, because we have a whole wall of air conditioning units.
Brand names and great prices. Visit Santa Fe Outlets. That's the store we were walking in. 896 East Holt Avenue in Pomona. Also, Santa Fe Seconds in Southgate and Wilmington.
Whether you're a business, an organization, a band, a blog, or just you, we all have and watch video. Funny video, product videos, training videos, educational video, a whole lot of video. Stop the madness. Create a TV page. Just import any video, playlist, or channel directly from YouTube. Control the experience. Organize videos around your subject with your program guide. Customize your TV page with your Canvas image, logo, or photo. Share and embed. Not just one video, an entire video collection on any site or blog, on any device, with everyone. Get yours at tvpage.com. It's free.
What a wonderful show. Look at that live shot from Sunset Boulevard at Monument in Pacific Palisades, California. Did you guys have a good time at the parade this afternoon? Come on over here real quick. Come on over. We have a couple of fine folks. What is your name, sir?
I'm Paul Schultz.
Okay, Paul, what do you think of the parade this afternoon?
Well, it was great. I was in one of the parade, one of the bands. I was in the Papa band from Palisades.
Okay.
And we've been marching in this parade for something like 37 years, and I've been a member for the last 19 years or so. So it was a great fun, and it's a little bit shorter this year, but it was a great parade.
That's great. That's just beautiful. I appreciate you stopping by.
Well, you're welcome.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July to you. Thank you.
We have wonderful folks that are participating in the parade, wonderful folks watching the parade, and of course, wonderful folks that I got to work with in the parade. Kasha Grigorchek this year. How about it,
Thank you
Kasha?
for having me. I had a blast. It was a pleasure, so thank you very, very much.
Fantastic, good stuff. My name's Tim Greenwood, and I want to mention something to you. This is part of the LA Regional 4th telecast, and that is an all-day, just enough to take your voice away,
Yes.
an all-day, 10-hour broadcast day that starts with the pre-run and then the Will Rogers 5 and 10K run, and then the backyard reports from all 5 counties, then the pre-parade. We did that live from the Methodist Church around the corner, and then the 4th of July parade from Pacific Palisades here live on Sunset Boulevard at Monument. It's a wonderful show, but it's not over because you can go to the website and watch the replay between tonight and tomorrow, depending on how fast the computers are working, at LARegional4th.com. Now, coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon is the Firecracker Film Festival. We want to thank the good folks at the Department of Television and Film at Cal State Northridge for contributing so many films to the Firecracker Film Festival this year. That'll run at 4 o'clock this afternoon, about half an hour away. But we're going to take a little encore peek at a portion of some of the backyard reports that aired a little bit earlier. In case you missed them, this is how other people around the 5-county Los Angeles region are celebrating the 4th of July today. So a little backyard report now, and then Firecracker Film Festival coming up at 4, Kasha.
Sounds good. I am looking forward to it.
Okay, let's go for it. Rob, you tell me when and how. My name's Tim Greenwood with Kasha Grigorchek. You're watching the LA Regional 4th telecast of the Pacific Palisades 4th of July parade, the Palisades Americanism parade for 2013. Some backyard reports from the 5-county area, and then the Firecracker Film Festival coming up on Hollywood's 100th birthday.
The Backyard Reports,
Wow.
the way we celebrate the 4th of July. This segment of the Los Angeles Regional 4th of July telecast is being brought to you by Santa Fe Outlets and Santa Fe Seconds.